Meh.
That's what the call sounds like. Make sure you listen to it.
Okay.
I just shot a buck.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, good morning, guys. It is Sunday, November 2nd. For the first time this year, taking advantage of Pennsylvania's new Sunday hunting regulations. This is my kind of November morning, other than the noise, which, you know, small parcels, you're going to deal with that. But it is dead calm, kind of thermal morning. 36 degrees. Reminds me a lot of the first year I hunted here. I think it was high 20s. Morning of November 3rd. Just watching a nice young buck cruise the edge here between the CRB and the woods. Hopefully we can get similar activity today, but maybe one that's just a little bit bigger. Man, I gotta tell you, I am excited to be in this stand. It's Monday, November 3rd. Today marks 5 years to the day where I first encountered the bladed 9 at spitting distance from this tree. Longtime viewers will probably recognize it immediately. This is my hemlock stand. I've had, the best buck encounters, rut footage, everything from this location. The one thing that I've never done, though, is harvest a deer from here. This is just one of those spots where, like, if it's gonna happen, as far as seeing rutting activity, seeing a mature buck, could very well be here. So, nice day, little breezy, but down here in this bottom, no problem. I think it's 40 degrees right now. I'm looking forward to it. I love this spot, so let's sit back and see what happens. I hope I don't regret that. I thought it was that other buck, the one that came by earlier, but it was the second one with the big body. I ranged them there at 23 yards, and that's all it takes with this spot. Like, they will travel through here. It's just a matter of getting the right one to do that. And the other thing that was in my mind, like, alright, his scent's there. We get a big brute, you know, passing through later, grunt call or something. I'm shaking bad. Couple of grunts, he picks up that scent trail. That could be invaluable, but that's a good buck. I think it was a 7.6 or 7. He's missing a brow, and I think he's got a real short G3. That'll get the heart pumping. I'd love to kill a deer from this stand, man. Like, you guys heard me this morning. I love this spot. But I just felt like I was settling a little bit. And I don't want to do that, you know? Well, hate that I had to move, but there was quite a disturbance going on down there on the neighboring property. So I came up top here, back on this oak flat. This is kind of the direction that bigger buck went this morning. You can hear up here it's windy, but it's November 3rd. You never know what's going to happen. We did see that potential shooter from this stand probably a week ago or so. Better to come up and sit in the wind than sit where I just don't think we have any chance. So we'll see. Things look good this morning. Hopefully up here this afternoon we can say the same. Man, it is almost dark, and the wind's just still ripping. I did think we were going to get a little bit of a knockdown drag out there, though. That little spike, saw that, I don't know what he was, 4 point, 5 point, and I saw him back there, so I went to film him, and I heard the leaves crashing. I thought the spike was getting out of dodge, but I think he was just pawing at the ground. It was like he was making a scrape, but there's nothing there. To be honest, in these conditions, that was more than I expected to see tonight. They definitely smelled me. Didn't spook. Tails weren't up, but I saw them both with their noses in the air. Wind shifted, I could feel it at my back while they were standing over there, so, you know, as you can imagine, when wind's doing this, it goes whatever direction it wants, but considering we had to kind of make a mad dash and kind of scramble for a plan B, we'll take it. I think we saw $4 today. Just need to, have the bigger ones get in bow range. The biggest one here, which wasn't much, and the biggest one this morning were the ones that stayed out, but we'll try it again tomorrow. Well, good morning. This was not my plan for today. I'm probably 120 yards above my stand. I headed out kind of in gray light. My access is through the field, so try to let the deer clear out and then scoot down in here. Saw a tail go up when I broke down over the hill. Got my binos up. It was a good buck. He definitely spooked, and he went right down to my tree stand. There was a doe, like right about there, and I think he was probably tailing her. So, I think he's gonna come back for her. I just don't know. Like, there's a brush pile up there. I could maybe try to get myself all, camouflaged in that, but I'm just worried that A, I'll just spook the doe, and B, it would be a really tough shot no matter what, just because of the way the terrain is. So I think it's probably been 10 minutes, gonna really slowly try to sneak on down there and get in my stand, because it sounded like he went right by it. If he takes the exact same path back, maybe. That'll wake you up. Finally set up. Legal light this morning was something like 20 after 6. It's 7:25 now. I think it was like 6:30 when I was crouched up there on the hill. That buck had just scooted down through here. I know that Spike saw me. I believe that was on video. He kind of started looking around. He just scooted off. I don't think that should hurt anything. I guess that's the cool thing about deer hunting too. You can be mad about that, or you can be grateful that was a kind of action-packed morning. That was a nice buck. I think I know what deer it was. It might have been the one I saw in that oak flat. I don't know, but we've had one on camera that I certainly kind of thought he was, so we'll see if he strolls back through. It's windy again today, but down in this bottom we're out of most of it. I think we could be in for a good day as long as things stay calm down here and the next property over doesn't cause a bunch of commotion. Could be a good day, so let's see. I don't know why, but every time I choose to hunt this stand, I gotta strap in and hold on for dear life. It's always windy. But made the move here this evening. I haven't hunted here this year, but I know Isaac hunted here a couple of times, and he was in here like maybe a week ago, and he saw, I think he said 6 mature does. Now, we've seen those bucks chasing like little doe fawns. I'm hoping some of the mature does in here, if they can manage to stay on their feet and don't get blown away, maybe they come check them out. Let's hope we don't blow away. Well, it's about 1:30 here, Monday, November 10th. Had a massive cold front come through last night. Yesterday's daytime high was mid-50s, 35 today, and there's fairly significant wind, 12, 13 mile an hour. So I dropped back down into this bottom. I believe if this video gets edited the way I think it will, there's going to be a 5 or 6 day gap. It's down in West Virginia hunting with Will. But I like the idea of coming back down here. Things were looking, pretty interesting last time that I was here. So I want to see if that's still the case. We're well into lockdown now, so no doubt there are mature bucks, bedded down with does. But at the same time, the mature bucks that aren't with does have to travel longer distances to go and find them. So, man, this cold got me excited. So, let's see what happens. Might be the most cooperative the woods has ever been when I wanted to rattle. It was silent the entire time. I think deer within 300 yards could heard that. So now we see if the right buck heard it, and if he's in the mood to come check it out. I scared him away. He didn't want to fight. You know, you get a little further into November, competition for does gets a little more fierce. I'm gonna tell you the other reason I got kind of aggressive with the calling. Oh, what's that? That's a buck. Not a big one, I don't think. I don't know if that's coincidence, that little spike. He came out right after I started grunting and stuff. I was afraid of that. I'm pretty sure I just scared that buck. Not like spooked him. Like scared him that he was about to get bullied. But I tell you, I don't know what percentage of me shaking is the cold. I think the reel feels like 16 or something. And what percentage is, you know, seeing a shooter buck. I know what deer that is. I actually filmed him last summer on like a little scouting mission. Actually, I had come down here that day too. On a stand that I hunted last year. His right side's beautiful. I think he'd be just an awesome 10. His left side like leans way over and the tines are real short. I don't even remember if he's a 9 or a 10. But I got kind of aggressive with him. I do believe he was just gonna walk right down into this bottom. There's a doe bedding area like across that, you know, we see bucks come out of all the time. Same place that one came out of that I passed. I think it was that morning, November 3rd there. But I think he'd just gone straight down there and not giving me a shot. But that button buck, I knew there had to be a buck over here. His tail was tucked, he was running around, he was acting nervous. And I thought maybe, you know, that particular buck was more aggressive, obviously, than he is. Because it seemed to me that button buck saw him and, like, really strongly reacted. Like he had to get out of there. I believe that deer's 4 years old. Like, I'm pretty sure. Beautiful, you know, cool looking deer.
Meh.
That was insane. I turned around and that doe was right there, like 30 yards. She just kept feeding and wouldn't turn broadside. My arrow is 9 yards away. So that was probably an 8-yard shot. I don't know if I got her running on film at all. There's a massive oak tree right behind this stand. It splits into 3 different trunks. And I couldn't see what I was filming, but I could see her between the trees. She ran like 70 yards, stood there, looked around, and toppled over. No, I didn't even know what happened, which you can't ask for more than that. I mean, if you're able to harvest a deer that doesn't even know it was hit, I mean, that's the goal. Like, that's the ideal. That's crazy. Some of you guys are gonna think I'm nuts shooting a doe on November 15th, but we're coming into rifle season here in a couple of weeks. I've got 2 more days to bow on, and I'm gonna end up shooting a doe down there where it's just a giant pain to get them out. So I didn't see a buck behind her. It's 4:19. I've got an hour. Could very well have a buck come in and tail her. We'll see, but had me shaking up trying to keep everything together with her right there. Meat for the freezer. Can't ask for better. I'm so happy with that. She went down literally on the flat. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that. Wind sure is picking up.
Well, it's still windy, but had to go back for a light. Ran out of time getting everything set up there, but I'm just thrilled with this doe. I mean, to get an opportunity like that at that range, if you've been keeping up with this season, I've passed a number of does in the last month. You might wonder why on November 15th I'd shoot one, but it's location, honestly. Being able to harvest her up here, it's a very easy recovery, minimal disturbance on everything else. And typically I look to fill 3, maybe 4 doe tags a year, so just kind of eases the burden a little bit coming up on rifle, as I haven't filled that buck tag just yet. So really happy with that. That box stand we built just a couple months ago, this is the first deer taken out of that, so that's pretty cool to do it with a bow. And that's doe number 3 for the Veracity this year. Just beautiful, big old doe, and gonna fill the freezer. Like I said, gonna just make it a little easier to maybe pass some of those does in rifle. So we got some work ahead of us. I want to get her out of the woods as soon as possible. No doubt the bucks are moving around, but yeah, just awesome day, especially with the wind and stuff, to end up punching a tag on a doe. I'm absolutely stoked. Just a few days left that I can hunt. Really pleased with that.